up YouTube? It's Jeremiah by Zero Runner. Hope you guys are having a good day. And today I'm going to talk about the SPD dump exhaust. The exhaust I have is from a 2023 F-150 5.0, and it's the SPD dump exhaust that I got for around $800, including a resonator delete. Now, this video, I record this video in like 3 different times at 3 different locations, and I don't know why. I've been really busy lately, so it's hard to like shoot a video all the way through, so I kind of do piece by piece. So I don't know how this can be edited together. And I'm gonna have B-roll, and I do got sound clips. It's the SPD Over-axel dump exhaust. It is made of 304 stainless steel. It's TIG welded, and it's a high hung muffler to clear the axle. It's primarily for off-road use. It's made in Oregon. Now, most people with the 5.0 generally get Corsa or Borla, and I was looking into those as an option too, but the Corsa and Borla, they sound pretty good. They sound great actually. I like that loud kind of rasp to it, but that exhaust is like 1400, 15, 16, somewhere around there. I forgot. So that was pretty far out of my price range. You know, when you have a 5.0, it's like you gotta get an exhaust. So, but I didn't want to spend $1,400–$1,500 on an exhaust. It's just something I just couldn't see myself doing. It was that or do like a muffler delete, from what I heard. So I ran into SPD. SPD is known pretty well in the Raptor community, but like I said, with the F-150 specifically, most people go with Borla or Corsa. So since SPD was known in the Raptor community, and it's primarily Ford, I checked them out on their website. They had the dump exhaust, which I do off-road my truck, so it made sense to get like a dump exhaust, not something that goes all the way out the back. And their exhaust was $800, including the resonator delete. So for me, that was a pro. It's $800, stainless steel, in USA, made in Oregon. So I figured, okay, $800, let's give it a try. Checked out YouTube, watched some clips, heard how it sounded, and I was like, okay, I could work with this. And the other thing was the sound. Like I said, the exhaust has more depth to it than, let's say, the Borla or the Corsa Extreme, or the Attack. It doesn't have as much rasp as that, because it does have a little rasp, let's be honest. The Borla kind of has a little bit of rasp to it. Like, let's just say Borla and Corsa is louder, raspier kind of sound, versus the other end would be like MagnaFlow or MBRP, depending on which one. Those are kind of more like really deep sound, like a deep tone. And I want something that, like, if you were put in the middle, I want something more toward the rasp side. I think with the 5.0 Coyotes, the rasp sounds pretty good. When it's too deep, it's like you couldn't really tell the tone to it. So when I bought this exhaust, it was literally like in the middle. Like, there's a good amount of rasp, but not too much rasp, where it sounds kind of throaty, but it's also deep, and it's not too deep, because when you get too deep, you don't hear that like real like engine, I guess, sound anymore. So I went with the SPD because it had like a more depth to it, but with some rasp in it, and you'll see it in the clips. I think one of the cons though to this is that it does have a little bit of drone to it. I've never actually heard a Borla or a Corsa in person, or have driven in one, and I know a lot of these exhaust videos, camera doesn't really do it justice, but I could tell you with the 2021 and 2023, majority of the F-150s have cylinder deactivation, which kicks into like a 4-cylinder mode if you're just cruising. And this kind of does have a little bit of drone when the four cylinder kicks on. You can hear like the drone, and it kind of sounds like a helicopter sound. I don't know if that makes sense. Like with the windows kind of cracked, it's like wop 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 wop, and it kind of pops your ear a little bit. I don't know how to explain it, but there is a little bit of drone. It's not bad, but it's there. And I don't think that's not a knock on SPD. That's just forward cylinder deactivation. I've heard quite a few people complain that anytime the cylinder deactivation kicks in, it kind of goes into like that helicopter sound, or that kind of like drone, if you will. But yeah, I would say, I think when you get toward the more raspier end, you probably have less drone, and the more deeper into a tone you get, I would say that the drone gets a little bit louder. And like I said, since this is kind of in the middle, you do get a little bit of drone, but that's no knock on SPD. That's purely just cylinder deactivation going to a 4-cylinder mode in a V8 with the exhaust. It's just gonna sound a little weird. But anyways, we'll go right to some videos, some clips. Tell me what you think, and hope you like it. Thank you for watching. I'll drop some B-roll onto the video too, and some exhaust videos. And you know, please follow my channel. Please like it, subscribe. I haven't dropped a video in like over a month. I've had school finals. I'm in law school, if anybody knows or cares. But yeah, I'm in law school, so I took a exam a couple weeks ago, and I was studying before that. But now I'm on a little vacation, so I'm gonna try to drop as many videos as possible, or at least get something in the works. So again, thank you for watching, guys. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.